Coming up next on This Week in Torrance, another coyote sighting. We'll tell you where.
Then a fashion show in Torrance raising money for a great cause.
Plus, an exclusive interview with the newly appointed fire chief, Martin Cerna. Find out what he has in store.
And the Torrance Police Department kicks off a national campaign to end distracted driving.
These stories and much more are just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks for joining us. Here are your top stories. News of a sudden death of one West High School student brought waves of shock to this local campus. Reporter Tao Ta was at a vigil held for the 17-year-old student.
Handwritten messages remember Natalie Ingolvaldsen as a bright, sweet angel who was always full of happiness. On Wednesday evening, an entire community came together to heal.
I mean, she was really positive. She was such a motivator. She was really there for everyone.
The tearful candlelit vigil organized by her friends remember a classmate that was taken too soon.
Just because she was always so positive and she always wanted to be the best, how could you not love someone like that?
A community coming together to wear green, her favorite color, light candles, and remember.
We'll miss you.
She was always nice. And to run into someone that was always nice and cared so deeply about someone, it was amazing to me.
Friend Alyssa Sachs says she will remember Ingolvaldsen as someone who was so dedicated, loved life and dance.
All of our really nice conversations that we had, that they were really meaningful to me. She always knew what to say.
Ingolvaldsen died on April 10th in Redondo Beach of unknown causes. The Redondo Beach Police Department is currently investigating.
I can't fathom. I don't understand. It's so surreal what happened.
Father, this is not the end. You have made us for more than this life. And Natalie saw that, and she knew that, and she believed that. And she's with you now, Father.
A beloved classmate who was an inspiration to many.
She has so many friends that I have friends with, and I just wish I'd known her even more.
And she was just amazing. Words can't describe how much I miss her right now, this very moment.
This community is still coming together to understand this tragedy as they remember an amazing young woman.
It's been a tough week for all of us here at West, and we are so keeping Natalie's family in our thoughts and prayers.
Everybody here who either knew of Natalie or saw her in passing said that she was just an incredible human being with the biggest heart and just the kindest soul. And they said that when she walked into a room, she just had the most infectious smile on her. And that is how a lot of people here said that they will remember her. A GoFundMe has been set up in her honor, and so far over $21,000 has been raised. For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Tao Ta.
Thanks, Tao. To donate any amount to help pay for Natalie Ingolvaldsen's memorial, you can go to GoFundMe, then type in her name. The goal is to raise $25,000.
If you've been a victim of theft recently, you may have a chance at getting your stolen goods back. Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies displayed property recovered from a burglary suspect who was arrested recently. Scott Blubaugh of Torrance was taken into custody on suspicion of possessing stolen property and vehicle burglary. Detectives soon found other items in his car, including a variety of GPS units, cameras, iPods, sunglasses, power tools, wallets, and laptop computers that were related to other car burglaries. About 85 items were found. Blubaugh is a suspect in burglaries that occur throughout the South Bay, including Torrance, Manhattan Beach, Redondo Beach, Rancho Palos Verdes, and Palos Verdes Estates. Detectives from the Lomita Sheriff's Station displayed the recovered items over the course of 2 days. Detectives that we spoke to said only 4 victims came in. Now, for those who were not able to stop in during those 2 days, are asked to call the Lomita Sheriff's Station and make an appointment to view the items left behind. A police report, serial numbers, or other proof of ownership should be brought in to claim the property. For more information, you can reach the Lomita Sheriff's Station at 310-539-1661.
Californians will soon be able to take advantage of a significant increase in family leave benefits thanks to a new bill Governor Jerry Brown signed into law this week. Governor Brown says the family leave expansion would help ordinary Californians as they struggle with new children and family health issues that take them away from work. This is the first change in 15 years after California became the first state to guarantee workers paid time off to care for a new child or ailing family member. California's program provides employees, both men and women, with 55% of their wages for up to 6 weeks. The new law will allow people earning close to minimum wage to be paid 70% of their salary while on leave. Now, for workers with higher paying jobs, upwards of $108,000 annually should expect to receive 60% of their salary during their leave. The same increases in benefits approved for paid family leave will also apply to people enrolled in the state's disability insurance program. The improved benefits will cost an estimated $587 million annually by 2021, requiring the state to increase the amount workers pay into the fund. The change takes effect in 2018 and could affect more than 13 million Californians.
Well, coyotes in Torrance are still raising concerns among residents and authorities. Most recently, a sighting was reported on the 3800 block of Doris Way. Already more than 50 coyote sightings were recorded since the beginning of the year in Torrance, and local authorities are now consulting with state officials to learn more about where these coyote packs are coming from. The Torrance Police Department says avoid leaving food out for pets, never allow cats or dogs to run free at any time as they are easy prey. Keep small pets indoors, or if outdoors, keep them within an enclosed kennel. Also at night, make sure to bring your pets in before going to bed. If you are approached by a coyote, try to appear larger than the animal by standing up, or if you're wearing a vest or a coat, spreading it open like a cape, and make noises or shout as they are usually afraid of humans. Retreat from the situation by walking slowly backwards, never turning your back to the coyote. And lastly, don't leave exposed trash out. Always put garbage in tightly closed containers. If you see a coyote, make sure you alert the Torrance Animal Control Office at 310-618-3850.
Commuters should expect delays traveling northbound on Madrona Avenue this week. The Goldsworthy Groundwater Desalter Expansion Project, which kicked off earlier this year, plans to produce up to 80% of the potable water used locally in Torrance. The project includes installing 4 wells over the course of the next 2 years. Traffic will be impacted on Madrona Avenue going northbound between Torrance Boulevard and Spencer Avenue, with 2 lanes closed between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. daily until the end of the week.
City Council members were back at City Hall, and under Community Matters, 3 proclamations were read. The first one declared April 16th as Play Ball Day in the city of Torrance. Residents are urged to recognize baseball as a sport that promotes social connection, exercise, and play. The night of this announcement was also the opening night of the 2016 Major League Baseball season. Kevin Tyler, the owner of the Torrance batting cages, was there to receive this proclamation along with many of Torrance's baseball players. The next item on the agenda was a proclamation declaring April 10th through the 16th National Library Week in Torrance, reminding the community about the importance of local libraries and the role they play in the lives of children and adults. In Torrance, there are 6 libraries you can visit: Katie Geisert Civic Center Library, El Retiro, Henderson, North, Torrance, Southeast, and Walteria branch libraries. And finally, the city proclaimed the week of April 10th through the 16th as National Volunteer Week. The city's volunteer coordinator, Brianne King, introduced some of the city's many volunteers who have worked tirelessly for the city voluntarily in various departments. In the last year alone, more than 6,800 volunteers in Torrance donated more than 49,000 hours of service, which contributed to the quality of service delivered to the community.
Well, not only were volunteers recognized at the recent City Council meeting, but a special event was held in their honor. For the 18th year now, the city's Community Services and General Services departments hosted this special event honoring volunteers across the city of Torrance, thanking them all for their dedication and hard work. Mayor Patrick Fury and council members were in attendance to show their appreciation for the thousands of hours put in by the volunteers to help keep the city running every year.
It's crucial in the city of Torrance. We couldn't put on the programs and offer the services that we do without the volunteer support that we have. They really enable us in all aspects, from our library to out at Charles Wilson Park with our farmers market volunteers and the life steamers who operate the trains there. We have volunteers with our theater and with our art museum. It really goes across the whole city. And we're just so blessed to have these volunteers that are interested in serving their, time that they have, providing us with their talents and their enthusiasm to keep the city of Torrance running. And I know it's kind of cliche to say, but they really do make Torrance a vibrant community and make it a fun place to live, work, and play.
I volunteer because of what I'm doing. The recognition isn't important to me. What's important is what we accomplish as a team.
In 2015 alone, $1.3 million in value was brought in just from the volunteers' work. The recognition ceremony is held in coordination with National Volunteer Week. For more information on how you can become a volunteer for the City of Torrance, visit torranceca.gov/volunteerprogram.htm.
An Italian pastime enjoyed by fans of all ages will soon be coming to Columbia Park. The city is one step closer to getting 3 bocce ball courts installed at the park at 190th Street and Prairie Avenue. While it is a Parks and Recreation project, the design is being handled by the Public Works Department and will begin advertising the job for a construction bid next week with results in about 3 weeks. The cost of the bocce ball courts is estimated about $220,000. The courts should be built in under 2 months. Public Works was asked to design and manage the construction of the new addition to the park. They're hoping to share this popular pastime with residents by the end of summer. The bocce ball courts will be located adjacent to the parking lot on Prairie Avenue.
Well, still ahead, an expo just for families and kids. We'll take you there.
Plus, CitiCABLE sits down with the new fire chief to find out what he has in store.
Mylar balloons are for parties, not power poles, where they can cause outages and destroy home appliances. The law requires that they be sold with weights. Keep them here, not there.
The Torrance Women's Club held their annual fashion show with this year's safari theme. The chic fashion show was held at the Women's Club House in downtown Torrance. 8 of the ladies walked the runway wearing designs by Planet Chic, jewelry by Seema, and modeled Hazel's handbags, all for a good cause. There was a silent auction with various goodies donated by local vendors to add to the fundraising.
I've been coming to these for 22 years here, and it's just fun. These ladies get to know each other. They get to know what our club does, and it's just a big thing for our ladies. They know it goes to scholarships.
For the past 2 years, for this particular event, we have been able to provide 10 deserving students $1,000 each, and we hope to do that again this year.
For years, the Torrance Women's Club members have raised money for scholarships to those continuing their education. 1 student from each of the high schools in Torrance, 3 students in the nursing program at El Camino College, and 2 foster students will all be chosen by the Torrance Women's Club Education Committee. More than 125 guests attended the event, raising nearly $7,000. This is a nonprofit philanthropic organization with a focus on education and scholarships. If you are interested in becoming a member, visit torrancewomensclub.org.
And Torrance was the place to be for families recently. The 19th annual What's Up for Kids Family Expo and Camp Fair was held at the Torrance Cultural Arts Center. Children enjoyed hands-on activities, crafts, entertainment, games, and even chances to win great prizes. Parents got a chance to learn about summer camps and activities happening in Torrance and the surrounding cities. This is often a popular time for parents to start planning out their kids' summer schedules with camps for kids of all ages and interests. This event was designed to help connect parents with local companies who offer programs for kids not just for the summer and spring seasons, but enrichment programs available throughout the year. You can go to whatsupforkids.com for more information.
A local nonprofit organization celebrated a big milestone recently. The Pregnancy Help Center in Torrance held a 40th anniversary ribbon cutting ceremony. Thanks to the help of the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce, City Council members were in attendance along with Assembly Member David Hadley, PHC board members, volunteers, and staff. PHC is located near the corner of Crenshaw and Torrance Boulevard. The Pregnancy Help Center, which started as a 24-hour hotline to help pregnant women, has now grown over the 40 years to offer free pregnancy testing and limited ultrasounds along with free testing for STDs. PHC currently has 9 staff members and 30 trained volunteers.
The reason the Pregnancy Help Center is so important is, again, because of the services that we provide to our client, but everything that we do here is free. We also help them get Medi-Cal still in this day, even with covered Cal. Many women do not have insurance, so we help them with that. And then we try and help them with whatever else it is that they might need related to their pregnancy, whether it's a place to live, trying to help them with something like that, trying to help them with some adoption services or other classes they may need.
To learn more about their services, you can go online to support phctorrance.org. Local businesses were treated to a free workshop recently offering information on the basics of LED technology. A free event for Torrance contractors, designers, and architects was offered by Southern California Edison, hosted at the South Bay City's Council of Governments based in Torrance. Attendees learned about the cutting-edge technology of LED lighting and how the light-emitting diode technology works and its benefits.
This is the newest lighting technology. It's gone beyond compact fluorescent light bulbs now, and we're really promoting this. It tells and explains to people how they can use this in their businesses as well as their homes. This is the latest technology for saving energy and saving money.
This was just one of many events hosted by the South Bay Environmental Services Center. The SBC-GOG is a collaborative effort of 16 cities, including Torrance and the County of Los Angeles, that share the goal of maximizing quality of life and productivity of these areas. Well, still ahead, a new technology emerges at a local hospital offering patients who suffered a stroke immediate attention.
Torrance police officials recently completed another round of undercover sting operations in an effort to reduce underage drinking and the illegal sale of alcohol to minors. 8 locations were selected and all passed without any violations. Thanks to a recent grant from the Alcohol Beverage Control Agency, the Torrance Police Department has spent months preparing an undercover decoy operation, enlisting the help of a few young underage cadets who approached people at the store to buy them alcohol. Now, store owners at the 8 locations all asked for identification and passed without any violations.
Well, the Torrance Police Department kicked off a national campaign to end distracted driving. In conjunction with National Distracted Driving Awareness Month in April, police, sheriff, and CHP officials throughout the state of California are working together to focus on not only enforcement but education. The campaign hopes to raise awareness about the dangers of distracted driving. Statewide on April 7th and the 20th, authorities will be especially vigilant for distracted drivers. In 2013, the state reported at least 84 fatalities as a result of a distracted driving collision, and the number of injuries are in the thousands. Distracted driving is identified as someone texting, using a cell phone or smartphone, eating and drinking, talking to passengers, grooming, reading, including maps, using a navigation map, watching a video, or even adjusting a radio or CD player. For more information, you can call the police department's non-emergency number, and that number is 310-618-5641.
One of the city's many departments dedicated to protecting the community was appointed a new leader recently. Torrance CitiCABLE reporter Tao Cha got an exclusive sit-down with Martin Cerna as they talked about future plans and ideas in store for the fire department.
Martin Cerna has been on the job for almost 3 months as Torrance's new fire chief, doing something he never imagined he would do.
I never wanted a job that was going to put me behind the desk, and as I promoted up, obviously I'm behind the desk. That first day was kind of eerie, sitting in the office that I sat in.
In the last year, the Torrance Fire Department responded to nearly 15,000 emergency calls and put out around 300 fires. Cerna, who is the first in his family to be a firefighter, will lead a department of about 160 employees. Already, he has planned several big projects.
Just being more reactive, proactive with the community and listening to what they want from their fire department.
That vision includes using technology that would be more efficient. Some of the ways that the Torrance Fire Department is moving into more modernized fire department is introducing new upgraded technology that will be available on all of its fire engines.
GPS technology, so we actually can track where the engines are. We're able to look at our maps and it'll actually give us the quickest route to an incident. But what's exciting is our new engine's coming forward, and it's going to have some upgraded technology. And one of the areas that we're looking to go and establish portable Wi-Fi hotspots. So that's going to give us an opportunity to embrace technology such as tablets like iPads or what have you.
Cerna was chosen among 8 internal candidates for the top position with his department. Looking back, he started his career with the Torrance Fire Department in 1993. But before moving up to the ranks, Cerna most recently served as the city's fire marshal and the assistant fire chief. Now, as fire chief, Cerna says he's optimistic and positive more than ever to lead.
With the mall coming online and now with the refinery moving forward and a lot of the innovation stuff that we're looking at into the future, it's an exciting time to be in the fire service, more importantly in the city of Torrance.
For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Tao Ta.
Thanks, Chow. Cerna is the 9th appointed chief to hold the position and replaces William Rakowski, who retired at the end of 2015.
Well, as we move into the spring season, the Torrance Fire Department is seeing an increase in the number of calls reporting bees and beehives. We're not talking about hairdos here. Fire officials say if the bees pose a threat and a beehive is located on city property, Torrance's Public Works Department will come out to investigate the need for a beekeeper to come and remove the hive. Authorities say if the bees are not a threat, they should be left alone. And if the beehive is located on private property, residents can call LA County West Vector Control, as they'll remove beehives located up to 25 feet high for free. You can call West Vector Control at 310-915-7370 for more information. If the bees or beehive pose a threat, you should call the Torrance Police Department, and that number is 310-328-3456. Torrance Memorial Medical Center's Lundquist Cardiovascular Institute is partnering with Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles to give patients here locally who suffer from a stroke a better chance of survival. Here's Jesse Pierre with more on the innovative technology now available in Torrance.
In real time, both parties get to review the images together.
Ed Nazareth always knew he wanted to work in the medical field, and after just 6 months of developing a new program for patients who have suffered a stroke, he is thrilled to finally share the technology.
I'm able to take care of the community, the people that helped me grow up here in this area. Now I can sort of give back.
Nazareth grew up in Torrance and has worked as a registered nurse locally at Torrance Memorial Medical Center for over 10 years. He was an integral part of creating and implementing the telestroke program for patients in the South Bay and Los Angeles area.
As the population grows, as people are living longer, we're seeing more strokes, especially in the South Bay area.
Every year, 795,000 people in the United States have a stroke. And with only 2 in-house specialists who tend to these patients, it made sense to fill in the gap with this RP Light machine.
So in coordination with the ED staff at Torrance Memorial, we assessed the stroke patient, getting the patient's last known well time and the stroke symptom discovery.
This is Dr. Shlee Song. She is one of the 4 stroke neurologists that are brought in to take care of patients who have suffered a stroke. Nazareth says this is the most advanced 2-way audio-visual communications device on the market.
This allows us to patch into some of the best experts in the area for stroke, to come in right into our ER to be able to see our patient and give us the advice we need to be able to treat this patient in a timely manner.
After the neurologist is paged, the nurse brings in the RP Light machine, where the stroke neurologist will appear live to examine the patient.
First you would think, oh, it's a robot coming into the room, but no, it's a very interactive piece, as you've seen. The doctor is very personable. It feels like the physician is right here.
This is a partnership between Torrance Memorial and Cedars-Sinai, where all 4 doctors are on call and can be paged to consult with patients around the clock, offering 24-hour care from a stroke neurologist.
When we look at the research, we find that having neurologists who specialize in stroke, being able to see the patient is the best way to go.
And to minimize the damage suffered from a stroke, having staff readily available is key to a successful recovery. And with this new partnership and the telestroke program, Nazareth and his team hope to provide more support and save more lives. For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Jesse Pierre.
Thanks, Jesse. The telestroke program was made possible by a $250,000 gift to the Torrance Memorial Foundation. Since going live in January, over 50 consultations have been done at the hospital. Well, still ahead, events in April you won't want to miss out on. And the one and only Colin Kushner, Mr. Boom Sauce, has sports news coming right up.
We'll have that and much more. We'll be back in just 60 seconds.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? Is the seat supposed to be forward-facing or rear-facing? Did they move to a booster seat too soon? It may be too late to check when you're on the road. Fortunately, you're on the couch. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Don't think you know. Know you know.
Welcome back, everybody. Here are some events happening around town. You can help raise awareness and funds to find a cure for cancer at the upcoming Relay for Life event held on Saturday and Sunday, April 23rd and 24th at South High School. There are several teams in Torrance you can join, and there will be events and activities held throughout the course of the 2 days. For more information, you can check out their Facebook page. Then Earth Day is coming up also on Saturday, April 23rd. The city will host a free recycling event, drop off electronics, clothing, and shoes, as well as used oil and filters. Free paper shredding will also be available. The only items not accepted at this event will be hazardous waste. This takes place from 8 a.m. until noon at the Toyota Employee Parking Lot J off of Toyota Way. For more information, call 310-781-6900. Also in honor of Earth Day, the Habitat for Humanity for Greater Los Angeles Restore is hosting an Earth Day sale on Friday, April 22nd, where all items at their Torrance and Bellflower locations will be 25% off. They're located at 18600 Crenshaw Boulevard. Then if you're looking for antiques and unique finds, then you won't want to miss the Torrance Antique Street Fair happening on the last Sunday this month. On April 24th, head over to Sartori Avenue on Old Torrance from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. And finally, the Torrance Art Museum is featuring a new exhibit called Doppelganger. You can catch it now until May 28th. You won't want to miss the work on display. The Torrance Art Museum, or TAM as it's known, is located at 3320 Civic Center Drive. They're open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. And before we go, we have a sneak peek at the latest sports desk with Colin Kushner.
What do you have for us, Colin?
Thanks, Jin and Ben. Welcome to Boom Sauce Land, everyone. The Lady Warriors softball squad is on fire. They look to continue their hot like fresh pasta ways against LA Harbor. Plus, you can catch my weekly rant and so much more sauce. That's 4 and 9:30 p.m. right here on CitiCABLE. Boom Sauce, Jin and Ben, back to you.
Thank you, Colin. Well, that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain.
And I'm Jin Chun. If you've missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Up. People ask me, this and that. No, I don't want anybody.